The leaks. The absolute any leakers in the chat? Yo. How you guys doing this fine evening? Oh man, AOS show. The leaks will not stop. They just won't stop. What's the big leak today? Well, I'm glad you asked. We got a PowerPoint, courtesy of SG Arcade and the Gigabrain engineers of Gigabrain Content Engine, part of the Discord. Let's get to the leaks, shall we? And, oh, your funny little comic is obscured by the chat, but you guys can see it here. This is Games Workshop right now.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
Top story tonight. Yet more leaks. The leaks will not stop. They just keep coming. Theory, all leaks are actually marketing. I happen to know that that is not true, but some of them could be. Leaks for the leak gods. Let's plow ahead. Source? Oh, sure. No, I actually can't press the button because I do have a source for this, but I'm being responsible. Yeah, no meme button on this one because I actually do. Let's start with Rats versus Trees box. Points will be on the War Scrolls for the units following this slide. Okay. This box contains 40-page Echoes of Doom book, 56-page Warhammer Age of Sigmar core rules book, token sheet, 8 War Scroll cards, includes 24 miniatures. Sylvaneth features 1 Lady Milady of Vines, 5 Gossamid Archers, 3 Kurnoth Hunters, 1 Spirit of Durthu. Skaven has the new Deathmaster, 10 Stormvermin, 20 Clanrats, and a Grey Seer on Scheming Bell. Need more bees? Yeah, well, I mean, Dreich is not in the box. Sorry. You fucking Girthu. Alright, Spirit of Girthu. I'm officially changing his name. That's a good one. Super Lazy Bum, 5 out of 7 meme. She's just stepping on the Nurgling? Yeah, where's the picture of that? The fucking step on me Lady of Vines? There's a Nurgling on the base who's being crushed. And he doesn't appear to not be enjoying it. I don't know. Maybe he's got a little Slanesh in him. I'm not sure. Great value on these trees. So 3 Kurnoth Hunters, 1 Durthu, Gossamid Archers, Lady Vines, Deathmaster, bunch of rats, Screaming Bell. Okay. And these are equal fighting forces. Points for each side is later. Let's look at the War Scrolls. Let's try to guess the points, in case anybody hasn't seen this before. You guys have probably seen it. This stuff was coming out, what, Saturday? Some of it was even late Friday, I want to say. So perhaps you've seen it, but let's go over it anyway for those who have not. Oh yeah, if you say so, equal forces, it was kind of a meme. A Heywoah Nurgling was not something you thought you'd be imagining today. Well, I don't know what that word means, Refos. Also, I'm 12. Anyway, Gossamid Archers. 12-inch move, flying. That's very good. 5 up save, that's not very good. 2 wounds, okay, and 6 bravery. This is a 5-man unit, correct? Alright, tapes checked. This is a 5-man unit. One model in this unit can be a Fleet Wing Scion. Add one of the attacks characteristics of the model is Gossamid Bow. Okay. So we got 9 shots. 11 shots. Let's do some basic math here. The beautiful Skaven line of kits. Oh, I remember that quote. Yeah, that was a rough one. That was the Skaven's version of just as deadly, right? Math. Yeah, I know. Look, I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts, okay? There are Cruel Talons. 2 attacks, 3s and 4s, 01, that is 0. So they are not to be, 5 up save. Bad attacks. These are not meant to be in melee combat, obviously. But 12-inch flying, 12-inch range shoots, 2 attacks apiece, 3s and 3s, 01, with larval shafts. If the unmodified hit roll for an attack made with a Gossamid bow is 6, the target suffers D3 mortal wounds and the attack sequence ends. Do not make a wound or save roll. Okay, so fucking mortal wound proco. D3 mortal wound procs is big. This means that this unit will be very swingy. Very swingy and very spicy. You will shoot with this thing and nothing will happen. And you will shoot with this thing and deal 7 mortal wounds to somebody. And by this thing, I mean the unit. So they are swingy. Swingy as AF. 12 inches is pretty short. 12-inch flying on top of that isn't, but it means that they have to get closer to danger. So there is that. These are not sentinels. These are not 30-inch, no line of sight, mortal wounds. These guys have to kind of get up there. Forest fighters. This unit has 2 or more models. It is coherent if each model in the unit is within 2 inches horizontally of at least one other model with this unit instead of one. You're seeing this more and more on different stuff. You're seeing this a lot on Flyer with physical wings on their things. I appreciate that. That's nice. Nice little bonus. And then there are Zephyr Spites. And you might now pay attention when you might not have been before, because this is sort of the thing. After this unit has received the Unleash Hell command and all of its shooting attacks have been resolved, the unit is within 3 inches of any enemy units. You can roll a die. On a 2, count them 2 up, this unit can retreat. So, if you have a command point to ship them, and your opponent charges you in such a way so that you get to be able to use Unleash Hell, they're essentially immune to melee combat. Essentially. They're not quite foxes, but they're essentially immune to melee. Unless they roll that 1, or you pile in the 6 to them, or do some tricky business. There's a bunch of tricky business you can do, right? But I have seen online, I have taken the pulse of the community on this one, and there are those online who would complain about this War Scroll, particularly Zephyr Sprites. They take issue with how fucking annoying this sounds. And do we really need more shit that's just immune to melee combat in our melee combat game where people are already complaining that shooting is too good and too necessary, right? And that's like a fair enough point, I guess. The unit seems to be annoying. I don't know that it's, like, terrifically powerful. It's annoying, yeah. But is it like, are we spamming this thing? Is it doing enough damage? Is it capturing enough? Is it, I don't think this doesn't feel like something that you would base your whole army on. This is something that would, like, maybe body block a location, or, be a harrier kind of annoyance, zipping around, kiting people. To say nothing for the fact that it's 10 wounds on a 5-up save. If your opponent's running any shooting, Gossamid archers fucking explode into a fine powder. Like talcum powder on the wind. They're just fucking gone. If your opponent even has bad shooting, these guys are dead, basically. Right? Even if your opponent's shooting isn't even really that good, Gossamid archers explode to that. So, okay, fair enough. Yeah, like a fly on a windshield. Even lead belchers could kill these things. And lead belchers fucking suck, right? So, that being said, what about the armies that don't have any shooting? Even armies that don't have any bad shooting, right? Well, I don't know. This one doesn't seem as hopeless to me as some of the other stuff that I basically agreed was too annoying. Foxes that move in your opponent's turn, stuff like that. Because these guys... So, like, what are some armies that have actual 0 shooting? And, like, no way at all to deal with anything like this. Like, they're just screwed by this. They can't ever fight them, and it's like, it's like that cartoon of some dude, like, putting his hand on the other boxer's forehead, like the big guy versus the little guy, and he's just swinging. It's just that for 5 turns. And I was thinking, like, man, almost everybody has something that can do something, right? Beast Claw Raiders. Gossamid archers are dead in the charge phase. They just are. You charge a Stonehorn into Gossamid archers, and probably 3 of them are going to die to an impact hit before they even get to use Unleash Hell. Like, okay. A lot of people have impact hits. A lot of people have spells and prayers that deal damage that are 18, sometimes even 12. Kragnos actually probably wipes the whole unit just from the impact hit of his. Zombies are piling in 6, Yetis are piling in 6, Sisters of Slaughter are piling in 6. Well, okay, Daughters of Cain has no problem killing Gossamid archers, that's for sure. I'm trying to think of armies that have no shooting either. Ironjaws doesn't have any shooting, but I don't see Ironjaws giving too much of a fuck about Gossamid archers. I think Ironjaws are, like, pummeling Sylvaneth, and then there's, like, Gossamid archers just sort of wandering around, tears weeping down their face, looking at the forests on fire, like, surrounding them, and they're, like, shooting, doing, like, a D3 mortal wounds a turn to something, and they're just like, oh, Teldrassil is falling. I don't know. Fire Slayers don't have any real shooting right. Well, they could be running. I don't think they do. They could be running those Hearthguard version with the magma pipes, I guess. There's a javelin or two on some sort of monster guy. So maybe Fire Slayers don't have a great way of dealing with Gossamid archers, but also Gossamid archers might struggle to deal any damage to Fire Slayers. They're like some insect buzzing in your ear, and Fire Slayers are just like, get out of here. I have a 4-up ward. Don't talk to me, you know? I'm not sure. Maybe Nurgle. Somebody mentioned Nurgle. Nurgle's kind of in the same boat as Fire Slayers, though, where they might not have the greatest way of dealing with Gossamid archers, but also they might just be durable and capture well enough not to give too much of a fuck about them. Gargants, yeah. There it is. It would take a long time for Gossamid archers to do anything against Gargants, that's true. Nurgle can just turn off the Unleash Hell. Oh, with that artifact, you're right. Yeah, get owned, actually. And Ironjaws can also charge them in the hero phase, which is not the charge phase, so you couldn't Unleash Hell. And then they're very dead, right? Almost everybody else has some sort of shooting or whatever. Maybe if they don't, maybe it's time to... You know, everyone's like, okay, I want 1 hammer, maybe 2 hammers, maybe 3 real hammers in my army. I would like some chaff. It'd be nice to have an anvil. Let's put a wizard in. You know, the checklist of stuff you make. Maybe anti some annoying fucking unit is a job that everybody puts in their army now. Something to deal with foxes, something to deal with Gossamid archers, something to deal, you know, something to deal with that type of unit, which they every once in a while leak out. You know, annoying dude that's kind of immune to melee. That job description, maybe. If Bone Splitters can get close enough, yeah, they'll stare down the archers, and the archers will melt like in the microwave for sure. I feel like it's not about not being able to, because with foxes it kind of was, at least for a little while, about not being able to deal with them at all. With these, I don't think it's about not being able to deal with them. I think it's about the real job of these guys is to waste your opponent's time a little bit. They got something that'll kill them, or ignore them. But they're just here to waste your time a little bit. It's like a tempo play for turns 1 and 2. And, you know, maybe it's some flittering about annoying kind of kiting hunter pet thing, right? Like even Skaven, as they are before the book, why would they care about 4 wounds a turn on their Clanrats? Yeah, I suppose. And their range is only 12. So it's possible they can't reach Skaven heroes depending on how many dudes you feel like. This is like somebody said in chat, DK Ratesburg, this is like the healthy version of the Fox thing. It is annoying, but I don't think it's like problematically annoying. I haven't played against it, so this is all theory crafting. I might play against it one time and come back, my hair's all disheveled. I'm just like, fuck Gossamid archers. I played against them one time, ban them. I don't know. It's possible after I play against them. I kind of doubt it, but this is, you know, I haven't played against it. You can only theory craft so much, but it doesn't seem that bad to me. What would I point these at? I can't Twitch act this one because I don't feel like it. So I saw what their points were. Move to see points. 215. 215 for 5 of them. So when I say they are fragile, I mean really fragile. We're talking 215 for 10 wounds on a 5-up save. Yeah. Imagine taking like a 10-man unit of this for 430, and your opponent charges you with like 2 Stonehorn Beast Rider battle line versions, and they're just all dead before Unleash Hell even goes off because of impact hits. It's just, man, that's a lot. That is a lot. So I think Games Workshop decided, hey, we'll make these so expensive that you have to really want to be mean, or you want to really be annoying, and you'll pay for it. It's hard to get 215 points back from this, I think. The, man, 215 for like, maybe, if you're kind of lucky, 2d3 mortal wounds a turn. I would just be like, hey, you paid 215 for that. I'm going to tactically ignore them unless I'm forced to use them. I'm just going to like tactically ignore them, and I don't think they'll make their points back even if I ignore them. It depends on the game. It depends on what's happening in the game, but sometimes tactically ignoring stuff is beneficial to you. Yeah, for perspective, Skull Crushers are 170 for 15 wounds on a 3-up save. Yeah. Now they're not archers, they're slower, don't fly, but we're just talking about unit that's considered durable versus unit that's considered not durable. Unless there's a way to make this significantly better with just allegiance abilities and not 200 point support heroes, then hard pass. I actually think so. I mean, it's the type of unit that you would like, all right, my army is done. I just need something else because I'm at like, I'm at like 1820 or something like that. What do I want? I'll just toss in some, good stuff, tempo play, kind of Gossamid archers. But you can't. Like you need to be at like 1775 or something. 1780, 1750. And then one unit of this puts you pretty much done. That's a lot. Is this a Fire Slayer situation again where they're bad on scroll, but they get the juice in the book? Probably. It seems to be the case that that's happening a lot. Where War Scroll wise, you're looking at them and it's like, this War Scroll isn't the best. But that's what battle traits are for. You get the juice. Play them like Cockatrice, never hit combat and sprint around. Oh wait, Cockatrice is 90 points. Yeah, that's true. This is like a Cockatrice that it's harder to kill in melee, but costs more than double the points and does about the same damage. They're expensive. Final verdict, you may or may not play these. I could see people playing them, and they'd probably have fun doing so. But they are like a sacrificial tempo piece, and I don't think they're something that you're just going to be like, I'm immune to melee combat now, look at me. I don't think that's how it's going to turn out. Hey, maybe in a month, all the Sylvaneth lists are just Gossamid archers times 8, and I'm wrong, but as I see it in theory crafting anyway, a bit too fragile, a bit too short range, a bit too little damage, more than a bit too expensive. And that's probably a good thing. If this was like really good, I would say maybe let's make stuff that isn't annoying really good. You have to pay a big price when you choose to be annoying, I guess, and there it is. How many points are Kurnoth Hunters, though? Great question, Tarkin Rex. It looks like the next slide. I actually don't know what the new points on Kurnoth are, so this will be a surprise to me. Kurnoth Hunters with Kurnoth Great Bows. 5 wounds, 5-inch move, 3-up save. Oh, they used to have a 4-up, I think. If I IARC correctly, they used to be on a 4-up, although it was re-rolling if you decided that you could only pile in 1 inch or something like that. Kurnoth Great Bow, 30-inch range still, big range. 2 attacks, 4s and 3s, 1-2. It used to be D3, I think. Now it's 2, which I think is better, because you can reliably count on it, and it's easier to do math in your head. Hitting on 4s sucks. Only 2 attacks a model in a 3-man elite unit kind of sucks, but it's 30-inch range, with rend and 2 damage. And so what I tend to like Kurnoth Hunters, I kind of like them even though they suck. And Kurnoth Hunters with Great Bows have always kind of sucked. But I've always kind of liked them even though they've always sucked. Because it's a unit that can stand on some objective. And your opponent's Chameleon Skinks or your opponent's Tree Revenants or your opponent's, whatever wiggly unit that's trying to ambush on and just steal an objective from you. Like, you can still have a unit there. But because they have 30-inch range, they can still affect the game in some way while standing in a position where you normally wouldn't want someone because they would be all alone. And so I like that concept about them. They've always been kind of weak, but I like that idea. Also, they're big. One model in this unit can be a Huntmaster. Add one of the attacks characteristics of the model's melee weapons, not his bow weapons. So you can just ignore the champion ability for the most part. That's too bad. Envoys of the Everqueen. This is where the Sag comes out. Thoughts and prayers. Pay your respects to Envoys of the Everqueen being really awesome and really interesting. They 3rd edition this thing all up, and it's very sad now. After a friendly Sylvaneth hero issues the all-out attack or all-out defense command, you can pick one friendly Sylvaneth unit within 6 of this unit, and units are within 6 of themselves, so you can choose them. If you do roll a die on a 4-up, the unit also receives the command, even if it has already received a command that phase. So you get a 4-up chance at multi-ball Kurnoth Huntering for specifically all-out attack or all-out defense. This is still good. It sucks that it only works on a 4-up, but this is still a good ability. That's a good ability. I'm saying that this is a good ability like I'm holding a cross to a vampire trying to hold it back. Like, it's good, I swear. But the old ability was, if you had any command abilities on your Sylvaneth heroes that were like an aura, where it's like everybody around you gets X, every Kurnoth Hunter unit in your army counted as getting it, and everyone within an AoE of all of those Kurnoth Hunters also got it. So like, The old version of it is, you know, ooh, Alariel is going to use her ability to, you know, +1 the wound rolls or whatever. Well, every Kurnoth Hunter unit got it, and every other unit within 6 of every Kurnoth Hunter unit got it. So it was basically like almost table-wide command abilities for everybody for one command. And it automatically worked. And it's any command ability. So that used to be really good. Now it's only all-out attack or all-out defense, and only on a 4-up. Which is sad. But it's still alright. It's still good. It's just really random. Like, free all-out defense usually, half the time. That's good. And then trample underfoot. At the end of the combat phase, you can pick one enemy unit within one of this unit and roll 1 die for each model in this unit, which is 3. I don't ever see someone taking 6 Kurnoth Hunters with Great Bows in one unit, but I guess it's possible. For each 4-up, the enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Cool. So it's basically like a D3 mortal wounds at the end of the combat phase. What a kind of pointless rule, but it's going to do something sometimes. A lot of the time, you'll forget. If I was giving a unit a rule, I would make it more meaningful than this, or just not do it. At the end of combat, roll 3 dice, and for each 4-up, enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, all the Kurnoth get it. It's probably better on the melee Kurnoth, obviously. What would I point these guys at, though? Because I haven't seen the points of these yet. I saw the points on the Gossamids, but not these. You have 6 shots at 30-inch range, hitting on 4s, so pretend all-out attack, and half the time, free all-out attack, for the second one. So like 3s and 3s, -1, 2. 6 attacks, 2/3 of them hit, so 4 of them hit, 2 of them wound, 1 failed save, 2 damage. Like, roughly speaking, 2 range damage a turn from 3 of them. And then Envoy ability, which is worth a little bit. 3-up base save is good, so that's worth something. 5 wounds, so they capture 2, which is nice because you want them to sit on an objective shooting people. Trample underfoot is worth 0 points because it doesn't matter here. Champion ability is worth 0 points, doesn't matter here. The damage spikes a lot, I suppose, but I don't know, maybe woof. Certainly not in the 200s. I don't know, 170 maybe, 180. Even that might be a bit high. I'd have to do some math. I'm thinking like 170, 180. Let's move to C points. Oh, 225. Okay, yeah, that's giga expensive for what they do, I think. But okay. Alright. I'm not playing these, I don't think. Oh wait, I read it wrong. Well, I didn't read it wrong. I misspoke. 225 old points, 255 new points. Sorry, I misspoke here. I was reacting to 225, and I thought that was grossly high. 255.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Yeah, Shelf Zone. Still. Yep, Kurnoth Hunters with Great Bows. Number of weeks that Kurnoth Hunters with Great Bows have ever been good in all of Age of Sigmar is 0, and that will continue. Boy, is that sad. Because I think they're really cool. I think they deserve to be playable. Maybe I'm being really judgmental. This is theory crafting. But yeah, these seem, as a war scroll, seems kind of awful. Could these become good if we look at battle traits and subfaction abilities? For sure, you could juice the shit out of these things. It's just like, how many points per model is this? What's 255 divided by 3? 80 something? And you're paying 80 points a model for double capturing, decent save, 0 damage. Nope. No thanks. Guess you will hope for some buffs in the book. That's usually, that usually happens, so Norwegian dude. I don't mean to put a downer on all this stuff, but battle traits usually spice things up. Subfaction abilities usually spice things up. Spells and stuff like that. You could totally save this unit, for sure, with juice. But as I see the War Scroll, I'm not impressed. Let's move on to Clanrats. Yep, they got 1 wound, they have a bad save, and they got a 6-inch move, which is pretty quick for troops. Well, it's normal. I would say it's normal for troops, but it depends on what your definition of normal is. 4 is obviously slow. 5, you wish it was 6. Is 6 normal, or is 6 good, you just wish you were normal? I don't know. Whatever you define it by. But they do no damage, but they're not supposed to because they're Clanrats. They're not very good at not dying, but they're not supposed to because they're chaff. And you can either give them 2-inch reach stuff so that all 1 million of them can attack, or 1-inch reach stuff. And their attack becomes worse here, but no end. The unit can retreat and still charge if it includes any Clanrat standard bears. Cool. Okay, that's a great ability for a cloud. That's a great ability for a cloud. And +2 to run rolls. Neat. Okay, to get into position. And then Seething Swarm. At the end of the Battle Shock phase, you can return D3 slain models to this unit. Oh, cool. I like it. That's nice. I just think they're neat. Clanrats, good for you. Clanrats are almost certainly going to, I'm much more confident saying this one than the other one. You might get some juice in battle traits for Kurnoth Hunters, but I'm not exactly holding my breath. Clanrats in Skaven? Skaven have their cup overfloweth in random-ass juice to give their guys. So you could probably, like, I'm sure there's a myriad of different buffs and random-ass crap you can put on these guys to make all of your dice rolls potentially matter instead of not mattering, right? And you don't have that thing where it's like, oh, if you have 40 guys, they do this, and if you have 20 guys, they do this. It's just, nope, this is the profile. Kind of simplified. Retreat and charge is very good on clouds of dudes because it's good to be able to remaneuver your screens. Naturally regenerating their dudes is cool. 5-up save, pretty good. Yeah, all right. Clanrat's not bad. Yeah, the unit in the picture is kind of derpy. I will agree. I'll give you that one. The curse build with 60 spear rats cometh. You know, you do have priests in your army, and curse is a prayer. Just saying. Although, for those who are just about to do that, remember that curse has a range so short that that priest is in danger. What is it, 9 inches, I think, on curse? That's dangerous. That being said, let's move to show points. What do you cost Clanrats at? I actually don't know. What do these things cost? 120? You get 20 of them, right? I think they come in 20s, not 10s. But it says 1 in every 10 can have a bear, so maybe they come in 10s? I don't even know what they come in. Yeah, I'm thinking 120 for these guys. Oh, 130. Okay, sure. 130? Fine. Take them. Take it. Yeah. Even though I guessed 120, with the amount of juice and or really good stuff you're trying to screen, I'll take 130 easy. No problem. So far anyway, sky's not falling on Skaven, and I'm pleased by that, because they didn't get any new models. At least their rules should be nice, right? The real cost is painting 60 of them, yeah. But some people like that. Alright, Clanrats, hey, good work. Stormvermin. Same thing except with a slightly better save. Rusty Halberd. Ooh, they lost 2-inch range? Shit. I'm almost... yeah. They used to have 2-inch range. They used to be the best. They used to be that rare combination of 2-inch reach and 25 mil bases. The absolute... if you had 30 of them, all 30 were attacking. The fucking power. Now it's only 1-inch range. That's sad. But it's less of a massive regiment game now. So, I mean, that's sad. But they're still on 25s. You're still attacking 2 rows deep. You're just not attacking 3 rows deep. Also, for like a troop Skaven, 2 attacks, 3s and 3s, 1-1. Like, they got a Namarti Reaver attack profile, except for 1-inch reach. Like, 2 attacks, 3s and 3s, -1 rend, 1 damage. That's like a... that's Namarti Thrall. That's like an Elven attack profile, or a Stormcast attack profile. Stormvermin moving up in the world. They got some training. They got some extra training. Yeah, Namarti stole your reach. That's it. You can't just give someone 2-inch reach. You know, the Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away, as they say. Champion gets a bonus attack on his halberd. 1 in every 10 models can be a Stormvermin standard bearer. This unit can retreat and still charge later. Yeah, cool. Oh, Stormvermin get retreat and charge too? That's actually sick. On dudes that can deal damage? Hell yeah. Retreat and charge is very nice. These guys got upgraded. I think their hit improved. I want to say their save used to be 4. Maybe it was 5 and you had a shield option or something. I can't remember. But yeah, this is 6 so far. Add 2 to run rolls. Okay. Elite bodyguards. If a friendly Skaven hero is within 3 of this unit before you allocate a wound or mortal wound to the hero, instead you can make a ward roll for the hero, blah, blah. Add 2 if the hero has the clan's verminous keyword. On a 4-up, the wound is allocated to this unit instead. Oh, but on a 2-up, clan verminous? Is this a window into how they're going to be letting you build their stuff? I'm actually really excited. This is hopium. We have to resist it, but let me just say it. What if you just build a Skaven army? What if you don't have to build an entire... everything has to be verminous, otherwise, fun detected, can't do it. What if you just build it and it's like Cities of Sigmar? You got a verminous hero, you got a verminous unit, congratulations. Right? In your Skaven army. You're gonna what's the guy's name? What's that one hero that's supposed to buff your Clanrats and Stormvermin? Claw Lord, I want to say, and he gave you like +1 attacks or something. It's been a while since I fought Skaven. Claw Lord, he's Verminous, right? You get a 10 or 20 unit of Stormvermin, toss a Claw Lord in there for a 2-up ward on him. Hey. Anyway, look, I'm as sad as anybody else about the reduction to 1-inch range, but they can still attack in 2 ranks. Their attack profile is good and better than it used to be. They're bodyguards now for your Verminous heroes, or maybe even your normal heroes. Stormvermin are base 10. They used to be base 10 anyway. I'm assuming they still are, because they're elite rats. What would I point these at? Retreat and charge is very good. Bodyguard thing is nice. 25 mil bases adds point cost to the unit because that's good, but they lost 2-inch range, so maybe it's just even. So, geez. Honestly, 100, 120. 120 for 10? Is that fair? Because, like, Namarti Thralls, I want to say, are like 130, right? Or something like that. These are worse. Yeah, somewhere between 100 points and 130, maybe. 130 would be a lot. 130 would be a shitload. Probably. Oh, yeah, they have a 4-up save, I guess. Bravery went up by 1 also. Oh, I didn't even notice. But yeah, alright. 135. A bit high. If I had to say. A bit high. I don't think anything's ruined, but I would immediately drop it to 120. I guess we'll see what kind of juice they can get, though, so fair enough. Once again, doesn't actually ruin anything for me. They can for sure get some juice, and it's a nice ward ability, too. You know? At 135, I feel like I'm taking 10 of them to put next to my hero, and that's kind of their job. If they were 120, maybe 110 or something, I might take them as like a, now we spam a million of them and try to kill the opponent with bodies. You might even do that. It kind of depends on how good your juice is. So I think I need to see the juice. So far, it's not ruined. Pitch Batal profiles. Deathmaster, old points 100, new points 170. Well, I hope he got 70 points worth of juice. He probably did. I bet all of his 6s, both ranged and melee, turn into D3 mortal wounds, and I bet he has a teleport / hide in a unit ability, if I had to guess, for the new Deathmaster. Hopefully he's fun. I want him to be like Tenebrial Shard. That's what I want. Some of you who started playing the game recently don't know who Tenebrial Shard is, aka Tenebrial Chad. He was an assassin with roll a die at the end of every hero phase of yours. On a 4-up, you can remove him from the battlefield and set him back up anywhere on the battlefield, even 1 inch away from an enemy. You can set him up into combat, and then you can fight with him. And you could give him artifacts as well. This dude was awesome. I was a big fan of him. And at the time, you could hide assassins in him because he was a unit, and they didn't say you couldn't. And so you could play like a Tenebrial Shard, and he would like land next to your opponent's little, 5-wound wizard, and an assassin would pop out of Tenebrial Shard's body, and they would just gangbang the dude, kill him. And then afterwards, roll a die and scoot out of combat. Nothing personnel, kid. Give him Sword of Japan, which 6s to hit produced D6 mortal wounds against heroes and monsters, and you could re-roll his hits. He had like 6 attacks or something. Anyway, enough about the old days. I hope Deathmaster is fun. Spirit of Durthu went from, I wouldn't say overpriced, just like his War Scroll needed more than 3 fucking attacks. New War Scroll price, 375. Hopefully he got buffed by that. Spirit of Gurthu. Let's make him Spirit of Gurthu now, shall we? Gracier on Screaming Bell, same points. Unchanged. 485 more points of trees? Are you serious? Hold up. Really? So Lady of Hine, Spirit of Durthu, Great Kurnoth Hunters, and Gossamid Archers. Is this all there is, or is there like 2 units of Clanrats and 2 units of Stormvermin? Are we sure? Have we checked the tapes on that? No, I'm looking at it right here. No, that's really what the box contains. You and a friend can split this box and play 500 extra points of Sylvaneth against your Skaven friend. Alright. Okay. That's a lot. Hey, there's ever any confusion about, what are these boxes called? Echoes of Doom? Yeah. The Doom approacheth. That's not very fair. Echoes of Doomium, yeah. The extra dumb thing is Stormvermin come in boxes of 20, so saving players who buy the box will get weird odd number. Yeah, but they come in units of 10, so I don't think it's that bad. Also, these forces, like, okay, Clanrats, good chaff. I'm not sure what the new Screaming Bell is gonna do. Stormvermin are okay damage. They're like a bodyguard unit. They can fight pretty well for what they are and protect the hero against like 500 extra points of fucking 6 damage sword hero hammer. Like, what are you doing for damage on the Skaven side of it besides just dying, I guess? What are you doing? Maybe Deathmaster is just a Giga Rat, you know? He's like teleporting behind Lady of Vines, just absolutely murking her, and she's just dead. Like he's 170 points of turbo juice. I don't know, like maybe, but that's kind of a weird one. Deathmaster is Gotrek, yeah. For one set, he's like 170 point Gotrek who teleports every hero phase. You're rolling 12 on the bell and summoning a Vermin Lord. You're summoning a cardboard cutout of a cardboard lord. Weird box.